Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this video. So it is raining outdoor and I'm seated here in my kitchen, and I actually been thrifting today, so I thought I'm going to show what I got because I go to the local thrift shops. I was going to say stores, but it's more like it's shops, and there is like a high proportion of older people living in the area where I live. And because these older people above like 70 years old and 80, they kind of move into these homes for elder people. They actually getting rid of their whole like life kind of accumulation of items, and especially during like the 50s and 60s, people were accumulating so much stuff here in like Sweden. So they have like a ton of different unique kind of things that you cannot even buy in these shops like IKEA and stuff that we have like available today. Because since I live now in a house, I kind of have to get a lot of things. And when I've been to IKEA sometimes, and I typically find that when you're buying something from IKEA, everyone is gonna have exactly the same thing. So also the quality and like the details and stuff, they can kind of be more like simple and minimalistic in the design. So I feel like if you want, because I like more details and more unique type of kind of designs and stuff, so I do find that good quality and a little bit more something extra special is very good to find in thrift shops. So I think I'm gonna start with I think this is the best find among the things I found today. And this is actually, it looks like this. It is actually a candle holder, and it says 10 here because in Swedish it was 10 kronor. 10 kronor, but if I would convert it into dirhams, like United Arab Emirates dirhams, I think it's around, I don't know exactly the like currency conversion, but I think it's maybe around 2.5 dirhams. But the very kind of unique thing about this is that it has some birds here. And when I saw this one, I was like thinking, should I really get it or not? But then, after I had purchased this one, I looked underneath it, and it says that it is handmade in Greece, and it says 24K gold. So, and there is some brand name also underneath here, and I think that the details that are kind of metallic here is actually maybe gold, 24K. So if that is the case, I think I really scored on this one, because I only paid 2.5 dirhams or 10 kronor for this one, and it actually looks kind of metal, this sort of details around here. And so yeah, it is just for a candle, and I think this one is also very bohemian kind of, so this one is definitely trendy right now. But yeah, I think I definitely scored on this one. I'm gonna look up the brand as well, but it is handmade in Greece and it says 24K gold. So yeah, that was a good one. Another thing, completely the opposite, I would say, is this candle holder in concrete. So this one is very like modern. It was sort of produced probably just some year ago. It was very trendy to have this kind of concrete stuff. I never purchased any of those because I didn't have a house at that time, and also I just felt like this is kind of, they are really heavy concrete stuff, and also it's very like boring material, and it's not really that much of value in it. But since it was very inexpensive at this thrift shop, I actually picked it up because it does have some kind of natural and very raw type of material, so it's nice to sort of blend it up with more kinds of, you know, more extravagant types of items. So I don't know where I'm gonna keep this one, but I might even have it in my kitchen somewhere. Then I found a vase, and this vase I also feel is very like trendy right now, just with this sort of pattern that it has. It is glass, but it has like these round types of just circles around the entire vase. This one was also 2.5 dirhams, so very inexpensive 10 kronor, and it is glass, and I don't think I would have been able to find this type of vase for anything near this price if I even go to IKEA or somewhere. So I'm very happy that I picked this one up. So, and currently there's a lot of flowers outdoor because it's summer, so I definitely can fill this one up with some flowers and keep it indoors. And also I think this one is gonna add a very nice kind of design and interior vibe to wherever I might keep this one. And then I found 3 different types of what is it called? It's not lace, but it is what is this called? Well, I show you and you know what it is because I don't know I know the English word, but I just cannot really crochet. No, I'm not even gonna try to find the word. Anyway, but I found 3 of these, and these were also 2.5 dirham each. So I have 2 of this sort of wider kinds of lengths, and I think it's the same. Yeah, it is actually the same almost print on them. I was thinking I'm gonna put this one on a dress or on a shirt or something. So maybe if I'm fixing with some dress or something, I might can use these ones on clothing. But I also might use these inside of the house for interiors. But this was actually something I thought I might can use when I add something to some boring clothes that I have. And then this one is actually something I've been looking for online in some fabric shops, but I didn't find anything that I felt was like a good price and had a nice kind of print. So this one was really long. Also the ones that I looked at, it was like priced according to meter. So this one was just 2.5 dirham, and I think it's maybe 2 or 3 meter of this. And what I'm intending on doing with this is to put it on some like at the end of some shelf. So this one will be the like front of the shelf kind of thing, and I'm going to have it probably in the kitchen somewhere, or I also have some shelves around the house. So I definitely have places where I can put this stuff, but if I will cut it with a scissor, I think I need to sew it so it doesn't start to, you know, fall apart. But yeah, this was a very good find. Then I have like a small type of shelf for spices in the kitchen. I might be able to pick it up, but I'm first going to show what I found, because I have had these sort of they were actually with the house and in that specific shelf for spices, but they were like very plain kind of white, like see-through bottles, and I now have them inside of another cabinet in the kitchen. But I found 11 of these spice jars, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show them. Yes, there you have them. The text style is very unique. So this one is for curry, this one is for nejlika, I don't know what it is in English, but it's like some flour that is mixed into a powder, like into a spice. So I found 11 of these, and each one of these were 1.25 dirhams, so very, very inexpensive. So in total for all of these I paid around, I would say maximum 20 dirhams maximum. But the only problem I have now with these is that there is a hole here at the bottom, and there should be some plastic plug-in kind of thing so the spice don't fall out. But they were not, you know, they were not with these spice holders, so I would probably have to find some other ones. So for example, this one is for cinnamon and this one is for ginger. So I will try and take down the shelf for the spices, just so I can show how it will look like when I adding them into that shelf, because it's very unique. So this is my spice cabinet that is seated on the wall. This one was originally in the house that I now live in, so this one is super cute. It has two doors that is opening like this, and as I said, I have those plain glass jar types of labeled stuff in here, and those I put into the cabinet that is having like a door properly, because I also have a shelf system in there for spices. But this one I thought I'm going to put in all of these 11 of these spice bottles, and they fitting perfectly. And this was a surprise because I had some other 4 other spice holders as well, and those don't fit in here. So just to show you what it looks like when I putting them into the cabinet. Now you cannot see the label clearly when it is closed, so you have to open it up. But it's still, I also will, because it is 11, whoops, they fell down. So anyway, because it is 11 of those jars, I might have to store some of them up on this one, but it's just gonna add a very nice kind of vibe into the kitchen. So okay, now yes, let's see, I will, just to show you that I had 11. So these are also some of those. They look exactly the same, except the labels are different. So after this video I'm going to store them into that cabinet and wash them, clean them of course. I always wash everything I buy in a thrift shop, not because I think it's dirty, but I don't know if they have time to wash them. So also it is Corona currently, so you should be very careful with everything. But anyway, here is another finding. This one is a small glass, what is called, glass or crystal. I don't think this one is crystal, I think it's glass, but a glass bowl. And it had, when I saw, because in the thrift shops, they, here where I go and shop, they typically have a ton of these small glass like bowls, but I don't pick them up so often. They did have some other ones as well, but I tend to look at the prints that are in them, and this one had a print that I really personally liked because it looks very geometrical and very, like, if you have seen the patterns that they have in mosques and in like Islamic kind of art, it's very much geometrical shapes, and this one was very much in that type of style, and I really like it. I can look on those prints forever. So I try to find a lot of stuff that have that type of geometrical kind of style, because I also like symmetry. So when I doing like interior stuff or just fixing with the garden, I automatically I feel I can see like, okay, you should have like some things that will look nice from a symmetrical type of perspective. But yeah, so this one had a very nice type of geometrical kind of style in the glass. So I don't know where I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe I can keep it over here, because here I just have some flowers from the garden. And I also, this is right behind me here, is actually a sofa. And this sofa I didn't pick up this time when I went to the thrift shop, but I picked it up last time. And this sofa is actually a really good find. So I'm going to try just take up the camera and show. So this sofa, it has 2 seats and it looks like this, and it's very much kind of reminding me of some very nice type of you know, space that have these types of sofa, almost, I don't know what, but it just, I don't know, I don't find the words what it reminds me of, but it's just, I think they have a lot of these sofa styles also in places I've been in, like Dubai and stuff. So I really like this sofa. It was only 50 dirhams, super inexpensive. So I now have this one in my kitchen and it's just adding a lot of atmosphere. Then I have some fabrics. So the first thing I feel is very bohemian and trendy currently. So it is in this nice pink print, and then it has geometrical patterns on. And this one I was thinking of actually using as a wall hanging kind of thing. So what I will do is that I will just you know, not bend it, but like fold it like this and put some stick, and then I can hang it up like this. So I'm gonna try and see if it works, but that was what I was thinking of. This is like, you know, a cloth, you can keep it on the table, but I was thinking of keeping this one on the wall I have in my living room, behind where I have like a writing and study desk, like an office area. And because it had a very nice like geometrical shapes, and it also is kind of structured. And then if I would get bored with the pink, but I don't think I will, then there is also on the back like the opposite kind of print. So I maybe will use this one. I haven't yet decided. I'm going to see, because I have like a, it's like a bare wall right behind where I have the desk in the living room, and I'm just looking every time I get into the living room. I'm looking at that area and I'm like, it doesn't feel inviting, and it feels very like something is missing on that wall. So I thought I'm going to try with this, and then maybe also add some other, you know, vintage frames or something around. I want more of these like detailed, very rich detailed kinds of items. So yeah, so anyway, but this pink in this color, because actually the house itself is being painted in pink, so, and it's not this color, but it's similar. So I just, for the living room, it's very, I would say it has some dark furnitures and stuff, but I also try to add in some more like fun and bright and like lively colors, such as this pink and also turquoise, because turquoise, I want more like a southern Mediterranean kind of vibe in it, and not so like dull and like heavy. So I want to have a balance of those things, because otherwise I feel like it will look too old and just too dull. So that's why I try to add some brighter colors as well. But I'm gonna see if this one is gonna work on the wall or not. But I think it's nice, because as you can see, I have a very green kitchen, but I still have some very colorful things, such as my wallpaper in the kitchen. Not this wallpaper, as you can see here, this was originally part of the house. So this pistachio kind of color, I really like it, so I'm gonna keep it. But I have some other walls in my kitchen. You can look at another video that I have posted of the wallpaper. So yeah, then I think this is the final thing that I got. So they have like this huge box with fabrics, and actually I must say that I go to two different thrift shops in the area where I live, like kind of regularly because I want to see if they have you know, put out some new stuff, and especially when I'm sort of fixing with my house, because I will tell you, when I got to this house, it was already furniture and already like stuff in here, but I had to sort of redo it because it had been just stuck here for so many years. So I had to sort of also make it into my own space. But I try to go to thrift shops and find a lot. And I actually, I will see if maybe I go to a thrift shop in another community area. I might going to make a film out of it, because I have intention of inshallah go to a thrift shop or go to another smaller city community tomorrow, and I will try to take the camera with me, just because it's very fun to see and get some inspiration from such places, because it's like mixing different times and mixing just stuff that is already, you don't have to pay so much money for it, so it's like less effort for yourself, and you can find very unique type of things. So the final thing that I picked up was another fabric, and this one was also 1.5 dirham, so almost for free, and it is this. First, I'm just gonna show you the print because I think you're gonna like this print. If you like more bohemian types of prints, and this one is a little bit tribal, and yeah, so this is the print, and it's kind of, how should I say, it's more like structured, and it's also like waved, or yeah, it's like some threads. And so it has this print on one side, and then on the other side it will just turn so a little bit different. So I don't know if you will notice, but the colors will be a little bit different. Instead of the full orange, you have like some white in here as well. So this was huge. Like, it is really a big fabric. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Because it is very thick, I was almost thinking of redo my swinging chair that I have in the kitchen, because this fabric will look kind of nice here in the kitchen with all of the other colors that I have here. And so I picked one, and then they have another one, and this one was kind of weird. So before my camera is going to switch off, I will show you. It had like this one, like this. I think you see what I mean. It looks like a skirt. I don't know what they were aiming at when they made this one, but I don't know even what I'm going to use it for. It could also look kind of nice. I might be going to cut this part of the skirt, and then the rest of the fabric I will use for interiors such as pillows, maybe redo the stuffing on the